Hey, hope we're live. Just gonna check everything. Is the sound okay? Pictures looks pretty neat, I guess. Um, yeah, hoping that more arrives before I start to blabber away. So can someone write in comments if the sound and pictures is just so it's okay and that the comments works. Hey, hi Jonas. Hi, always nice to see you and talk with you. Hope to see you in the Solna Record Fair. So yeah, I'm just gonna blabber on here before I really start to talk about every topic that I want to talk about. First of all, I've had the worst week, and I know that there's bigger problems than my fucking back, but I hurt my back last weekend. No, 2 weekends ago. So I'm home from work 2 weeks now. I can't lift anything, and it hurts when I stand, walk, and sit. So I have some painkillers that I take, and I take small walks and stuff like that. So this is actually the first time that I'm out here in a week. But my wife is helping me with packing records and stuff like that. So it's all good. Also, the same day, my turntable got busted. I think it's something with the motor or something like that. It doesn't keep the. So I have to turn that in. It's not like the end of the world because I have another one here in my shop. I can bring that in, and I have a spare one. So it's not like. Don't feel sorry for me. It's not like that, but it's like kind of sucks, So yeah, but if everything works out, I'll go to the record fair in Solna next weekend. I have 2 hotel days or nights booked. I'm gonna, if my back allows it, I'm going to take one day just walking around in Stockholm and go to record stores. That's the Friday, and on Saturday it's the actual fair where I'll go pick up all the Marsfolket exclusives, the Sublime Media exclusive. So I'm still working on the OB strips for that. So hopefully they will be here in the same time as I get home from the fair with the actual copies. So anyway, next Friday, no stream. Yeah, hope you can make it to Solna. Yeah, I hope so. I bought some really sick records lately, so I don't have much money, but just go there, hang out with you guys and Stefan from Mellotronen who did the Marsfolket, and also like if someone from the Marsfolket comes there, I can maybe get some of the copies signed. So the first copies will get them signed by 1 or 2 of the members. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, I want to talk about the stuff that you can see down here below. I also want to show you some records that I got in shop, both new and used ones. Some really rare, actually, that I have very little information on. So help me out there. And also some busts also. I had a shipment coming in this totally destroyed, so it will take some time to get new ones, unfortunately. So let's talk about the stuff that is going down here. This is the big announcement. This is the Brown Acid 20 is on. So I talked with Daniel. He asked me if I want to do another exclusive, and fuck yes, I want to do it. Now, it's like there are very little margins on new records. So I'm not making any money actually on printing or pressing 50 of these babies. And I think that I have to sell 35 to just break even. And with 19, we sold 38. So there's still copies left, but I'm taking the chance. I think that there is a demand for it, and that I can sell both the 19 and the 20 over time. So I'm just announcing this. Pre-orders will be up later this month, I think, and I think it will be released in April. So, but everything is going to be up on social medias and my shop, obviously. So more news about that coming. Also, the next big thing is that since a couple of days ago, everything that Writing Easy Records holds is now up in my shop. You can get everything. And what that actually means is that I have taken the step now in 2025 to actually welcome some new music. I'm calling it the fresh fish category. So, like when you go to prison, you're a fresh fish. Because I will keep the stock or sort of the category down. I will still focus mainly on retro releases, like the ones that Writing Easy are doing with the Brown Acid series, and also all the other releases like Persian Farm and can't really even recall anyone now. Fraction, stuff like that. So, but it feels like stupid not to open that portal really, because Daniel and Lance, but Daniel is becoming a good friend of mine. We talk almost daily. He is just the best guy in the world, and he's doing a hell of a job with that label. So with that being said, that label isn't really represented here in Sweden in a good way. Like, there are shops online that holds some of the titles, but they are not in stock. There is also bigger shops here in Sweden that has most of the titles, but not in stock. And compared to my prices, I will be almost half price compared to them, because they buy those copies from another distributor and stuff like that. So everyone wants a piece of the cake. So I think that I can sort of provide a pretty good cheap base of all the Writing Easy titles. And as you know, I get them monthly. So if you're unlucky and you order one, it will be a month till it arrives. If you're lucky, like within a week. So that's also the big one. With that being said, opening up that gate allows me, it's my shop, I can do whatever the fuck I want, but it allows me to bring in even more newer titles and music. I have sort of dabbled a little bit in that, mainly just to give musicians a platform to sell their music on, because it's not easy today to just set up shop, with shipping and payment all done, and so I can sort of put it up in my shop. They have something to spread the links, and people can buy it. I pack them up and I send them away. So I'm pretty excited about that. So give me examples and requests of labels and or releases that you would like to see in the shop. Obviously, I won't put everything up, and I will be super picky when it comes to what I put up there. But it's a pretty cool step, I think, for the small shop. And last but not least, before we start showing some records, is Gershon has sort of, how should I put this? Gershon doesn't sell the colored versions to other wholesalers anymore. I talked a lot. Like, I spent half the day yesterday lying on my couch talking to Anthony from Gershon yesterday. And because I think it sucks, really. I've spent almost 2 years now building up my shop and also the Gershon brands and those releases, and really promoting that. And I have customers that almost order every single record, every single month, the colored versions. And they are fast, and they sort of started to depend on my shop being the pimp for those releases. And but at the other end of the spectrum, I understand Gershon's sort of tactics and business model, because why they do 100 of each, and why put it up for wholesale and lose a small part of that money when they sell everything on their own site, so all the colored versions always goes like this nowadays. When I started 2 years ago, it took days before they sold out. Half a year ago, we talked like maybe a day, but sometimes like 12, 15 hours. Now it's even gone before it reaches the wholesale site. So I think that I'm sort of part of the problem, because I promoted it so much, and I do all the YouTube videos and talk about it. But then also, like, they are one of the best reissue labels out there today. They was voted the best reissue label in Shindig magazine. I mean, they are really starting to get super big. They were big before, but so why bother, to sell the colored versions to stores? But I think it sucks. So I talked with Anthony, and we sort of made a deal. So I have 10 spots for my customers to actually subscribe on the releases. And what that means actually is that 10 customers can sign up and say that I want the colored versions, all of them, and I'll pay for them when they get out. When they are shipped, I pay for all the colored versions. That's the only way I can guarantee the colored versions. So I'm the only shop in the world that is going to have a subscription to Gershon. I don't think it's optimal, but it's the only way we could work it out. So it's a little bit of a both having the cake and eat it, I guess. So 5 spots are already taken. I have no idea when you watch this when the other ones are gone, but just PM me if you want to be a part of it. It's like we have no idea about the titles. The only thing we know is that it's usually 4 titles. Sometimes it's 3. And it's usually 380 Swedish crowns per title. But with that being said, maybe if the sort of cover artwork is special or something like that, it's a little bit more expensive. But around that sort of. So 4 titles, 380 each. That's sort of the top, the roof, I think, for that sort of subscription. There's no, you don't have to pay in advance. You don't have to like sign up on anything. I won't even have a thing on my site where you go and buy it. You just PM me, I write you up in a separate sheet, and you can quit any month you like. You just have to quit or let me know that you quit before the last of that month. And on these streams and also on my newsletter, I will let people know if there is a spot opening up. Maybe I'll do a queue system or something like that if this is really goes like well, if all the 10 spots are filled. So yeah, and I am one of the people that is going to be a subscriber. I already buy all the colored versions for myself to review each month, showing the special editions and so forth. So yeah, I am one of those. So, but the black versions will be there. I will put them up as soon as they are up for pre-order. Just per usual, I will just not put up the colored variations anymore, or I can't. So that's it. Let's go to the. If there's any questions, you write your questions if you have questions. I care about reissues now. Yeah, I know, but this sucks. You do a lot of advertising with Gershon, and you should get something back, I think. Yeah, but yeah, I know, I think so too. But then again, I haven't this is live. I hate this, but I don't blame Anthony and Gershon, to be honest. They haven't asked me to push their releases. I just love their releases, and when I set up shop, that was the first reissue label that I thought I could actually do something with this and get the Swedish people to buy even more awesome music for a decent price, because some stores were really scandalous prices on the Gershon stuff, and also no one had the colored versions because no one cared of like buying that, put that in stock. But with me, always be on my toes and doing the pre-orders. I could somewhat sort of support the customers with that. But with that being said, Anthony and the guys on Gershon never asked me to do anything. So I just went rogue, really, on this. So they don't owe me anything at all. Absolutely not. But building up this over 2 years period, of course, it sucks that you put all that work in and then maybe some people would be disappointed. I don't know. So yeah, and so I will keep like working with Gershon, and probably even more now going forward because we have other plans in the pipe. But again, as I said, I don't think that many people pushed the limited editions, the colored versions outside of Gershon's shop. And Anthony wrote to me from the start that it's like those are for the shop, but sure, I could buy them if I wanted to. And I always put them up for pre-order, and they were fairly popular to buy also here in Sweden. I actually think that going back with the statistics, I think that we put like at least a 10 to 15% dent on the limited editions, at least like every month from 10-15% went to the Swedish market through my shop. So yeah, but as I said, the black versions, they are the ones that sells the most, obviously, and they will be up and out just as usual. Morning coffee. So yeah, let's show some records. I'm going to start with 7 inches. I know that Jonas is watching. I've already sent these to him, so I don't think that there will be any surprises for you, Jonas. Like with 7 inches, this is used records. With 7 inches, I'm not a 7-inch collector at all. But then there's the collecting side, the collector side of me. When I find a really rare 7-inch, or rare, but you know, price is 7-inch. Even if I don't know the title, the collector in me is like, I need that for my collection. And then 2 days pass, and I think to myself, like, I didn't even know about this title 2 days ago. So why do I need it? And there's like hundreds of people out there that is looking for a copy of this, and I'm just putting that in my shop. I don't know. So I'm gonna. There's a titty here, so I don't want to be banned. I hate YouTube. Fucking sucks. But this is boat screw and train screw. This is a porno single from 7-inch from Sweden. Doesn't get more Swedish than this, like the Swedish sin in a 7-inch, really. But it's a fairly rare, quirky single that I found in a collection. This is also, everyone knows Agneta from ABBA. Agneta Fältskog. 10 mil kvar till Korpilom. Yeah, 10 miles left to. Yeah. Anyway, a little bit of a rare ABBA related single for you there. Okay, so this I think is this is the main one. This is the Wizards That She Does Well All Right. I found some sales statistics on this, and it goes for pretty good money. I think that they were Norwegian, a Norwegian sort of pop or garage group. Do you know about this, Jonas, or anyone else in the chat? Let me know in that case. So this is one, like, I saw this, and it's a beautiful, like, 7-inch. It's in near mint condition, looks awesome, really, unplayed. And and when I see it, I'm just like, and saw the price, I was like, oh shit, I want that in my collection. Then why, like, I can sell this and get even greater things. I don't know. Hey, hi. Hope you're good. Yeah, I hurt my back, so I have to wrap this up because I really feel the pain starting now. Do you participate in Record Store Day out of interest? That's a good one. Let's shoot. Let's talk a little bit about that. No, I don't. I thought of like last year. I thought of like I could do Record Store Day because I have a record store, even if it is what it is, and I could mainly put them online later. But one part of me doesn't like the circus of Record Store Day at all, and I really, really hate the pricing on most of the Record Store Day releases, like the official ones. It's just I don't understand why people are really running for them. But in another way, like there are certain specific titles, like last year the Gandalf that Jackpot released. I was like, I want that in my own collection. It would be cool to distribute that as well. But I didn't. Like I didn't participate at all in not as a store or not as a customer. And it turned out that Jackpot put the Gandalf out anyway afterwards, mastered by Kevin Gray and stuff like that. So I have it up in my shop now. So everything works out. With the Riding Easy Records stuff, everything goes out exclusively to stores and exclusively in the States. So unfortunately, there are 3 titles and I can't really sell them in my shop. Even if me and Daniel has a great relationship, there's just no way of doing it. I think that if they don't sell all the copies, maybe they will be available for wholesale via Riding East. So I can't really maybe afterwards I can have copies up, but there's no guarantee at all. But so yeah, I could that would be probably closest thing to a Record Store Day thing that I would do. When it comes to Swedish exclusive titles, there are a lot of pop and rock and newer stuff, and I'm just not interested in it at all. Except for I think this year they were going to put out Life. One of the rarest prog records in Sweden. I have an original, and this is the English version of the Life record, and I have an original press of that. So again, that would also be a cool one to have in shop too, because it's fits like a glove, in my inventory. But other than that, no, I'm not a Record Store Day kind of guy. I think not as a seller or a collector. I don't know if that answered the question. The UK list had Golden Dawn Power Plant on the list this year. Okay, yeah, so maybe that would be a great one. Obviously, there are titles that would fit perfectly for my store and my shop, and to my customers. But also, I actually sent an email out to all my email subscribers, telling everyone that I'm not participating in the Record Store Day at all. But I also I also said in the newsletter, participate. It's a magnificent day to celebrate records, and go to independent, smaller store and spend some, good coin. They if not on Record Store Day titles, then on cooler titles. Many of these guys are working their asses off to provide really, really cool titles and doing a good day for everyone, So, and a lot of people would do that and are doing that much better than I could ever do Record Store Day. So go to them instead. I'm open 24/7, 365 days a week online. So, I mean, go to a shop instead. Okay, so I'll continue. I see that Jonas writes, no, I don't know about Wizards. I wrote to one of the guys in Stockholm also that is a huge, Jens, he's a huge 7-inch, but he didn't know much about it either. And he didn't think it was that good. There are some Norwegian pop beats garage groups that are cool, but okay, this is also one, Doris Troy. What you gonna do about it? Also a pretty rare one. Love that Atlantic label. Again, Norwegian one, jumping back and forth here. This is the The Cool Cats, I'm a Hog for You, Poison Ivy. And this is also kind of cool. The Beatmen, instead of the Beatles or the... where did you come from? Kind of cool. In the same batch, I don't know if I sent this to you, Jonas, but Paper Sun by Traffic was also in the same collection. Hello, I Love You, which has, I think that this is exclusive Swedish. Yeah, I think that Beatman is with Bo Hanson. Shit, sorry, no one sees. Yeah, I think that, because when I read the description of who wrote the songs, it said Bo Hanson. So maybe one of these guys are Bo Hanson. Yeah, as you can see, I don't know much about 7 inches at all. Kind of cool. And last but not least is a local side-by-side rock for cancer in my town. Anyway, so yeah, that's the 7 inches that I want to show you some new ones. The Brown Acid 19th trip on Swedish exclusive is still out there. So yeah, this is number 39 in order out of 50. So some copies left, get one. I'm not pushing many records, but I have to push this one. Get this, support my shop, get a Brown Acid 19, and I'll do the 20. I will do that anyway, so you don't have to. This is awesome. I wish I had an original press of this. I sold a hell of a lot of these from one distributor. I won't name them. I don't think that they did a very good job in the sort of the support, because everyone came with seam splits, and they blamed the shipping company, and I can't blame I don't blame the shipping companies when it comes to seam splits anymore, because I have stuff coming from all over the world in different packages, like 50 in one pack or 10 in one pack. It doesn't matter. If you pack them well and tight, there won't be any seam splits. You don't need to separate the record from the if you just tuck it in nicely, everything is still and don't move around in the package. So no, I don't blame the shipping company. It's just packed stupidly. So unfortunately, I have a lot of people that bought the Morgan Bluetown releases, and it will take some time to actually get them. Oh shit, my back is killing me. Okay, some new stuff in shop. Daddy Longlegs, one that I really didn't know about. I've listened to it. It's kind of good. It's a little bit like Allman Brothers Southern-esque, if you know what I mean. So cool one to add to the shop. This is also cool. This is Caroline Hester. This has been on my want list forever. So maybe I'll keep this for myself. I don't know. But for now, it's up in shop. This is actually a promo copy, not for sale. And awesome, like 6i Columbia with the promo. Yeah, cool one. So it's not an expensive record at all. Doesn't matter if it's a promo or not. It's not expensive. But Caroline Hester from let's see here. She's on the Aldebaran record, isn't she? Like with her husband. Shit. Continuing on. This is also one that I got in a trade now. So I traded some. It's awesome. I have a guy. He has a store like 30, 40 minutes from my house. And it's open like every other weekend or something like that. And he focuses on heavy metal, like 70s, 80s heavy metal. And he has a great customer base when it comes to that. Now, I don't really collect metal. I don't know much about metal. And unfortunately, because it sells like hotcakes, I never find metal. Like, there's only grumpy old dudes and widows that calls me up to sell collections. So I'm digging for like old jazz and, you know, the sort of the Beatles that has been played to death. Those kind of collections, Those are the calls that I get. I never get calls from dudes who want to sell their entire metal collection. That would be awesome. But he had this, and so I didn't have this in my collection. But again, maybe someone else needs it. It's not the most common Jethro Tull record ever. Catfish Rising. Moving on. This is also a rare one that he had that I traded. Moods and Grooves. This is one of those like super sampled records. It's jazz funk with this pretty dull cover artwork, but yeah, private pressed, really cool. I got it for a great price in the trade, and it's minty fresh, really. So that would be awesome. Would be awesome to put out there. And this is like a mid-70s reissue of this, but maybe a top 10 for me when it comes to pop psych records. Millennium Begin, great one. Duster Bennett also, some harmonica blues. And these are from my own collection that I bought many moons ago, but now I'm going to get rid of them actually because I never play them. The Swedish group called Weeping Willows, and these are the Christmas records. Maybe I have to wait a year until I sell them, but they're starting to be a little bit rare. Yeah, they are great, but I stream all my Christmas music. So yeah, some to go, then I have to quit this. My back is killing me. Green Slate, I think I showed these, but I cleaned them, played them. They sound like a dream. Really good. The first solo record also, almost better than the Green Slate records. But yeah, not for me. So I'm putting them up in shop also. Classic prog, and to jazz records also. Quincy, here we come. So Quincy Jones with Åke Persson and Belly Bailey. This was recorded and I think released in Sweden actually. So a killer lineup with Swedish and American, well-established artists. And it's kind of cool because with this you can really hear the difference between the American players and the Swedish players. It's super obvious. As soon as they put like the horn to their mouths, you hear the distinct difference between those two. And I mean, the American musicians play the shit out of the Swedish ones. It's just like you're listening to it and you're thinking like, can they even play? And last but not least, this is a first mono press of Cannibal Adderley's quintet at the Lighthouse on Riverside Records. Listen to that too. It's great. Really good. But yeah, I have so much jazz, so I'm sort of skipping that. Yeah. Also, let's go to the comments. I'm gonna wrap this off. If you have any more questions, something like that, just write it down below, and I'll answer them before I get back to the sofa. Dålig rygg sucks. Yeah, bad back sucks. It really does. Like, got this. I'm going for a walk now, so a 30-minute walk every day, and I got these. I don't know what it's called, but I'm crawling on my back doing stuff. And yeah, I got a MR scan of my back coming up like in a day or two. So they are going to do a X-ray on my back, see if it's a disc that has kind of slipped. I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, lägger vila nu. Go and rest. I will. So if that's it, just let me know. As I said in the beginning of this video, next week I will hopefully, if the back allows it, be in Solna at the Swedish, the Scandinavian's biggest record fair. So I will be there Friday and Saturday. The fair is on Saturday. I will go record hunting in Stockholm on the Friday. So no live stream, unfortunately. So you have to make do. And yeah, I think that's it. But just write me a PM email or something like that, like through Instagram or info@sublimemedia.se if you have any questions. And I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day, everyone. A great Friday. Yeah, it's Valentine's Day here in Sweden today. So happy Valentine's Day. Bye bye.